Hello everyone, we're off on another adventure, riding from Newport, Washington over to north of Lake Pend Oreille, hoping to ride as much of Section 8 of the Idaho BDR before we need a return on Sunday.
Well, looks like we're now on the route. Now on the Idaho BDR. Hitting our first gravel. Look forward to the lookout tower up there, though. Flashy lights, but then we can keep going through. Turn around because there's a fire up there. So we're going to do some alternate route scoping here. A possible alternate route here. It's pretty cool. So crossing our fingers, there's no gate, we can get through. The adventure starts, right? Always an adventure. Well, I hope we don't regret this, but our little road turned into a quad trail. Got a picture of an ATV at the beginning. Woohoo! Hey, that's right. We're going to take a peek at it and see what it's like. And move the tank bag to a tail bag, and here we go. The adventure of the adventure bikes on the quad trail. So far, this is just a lot of fun. Life is rocking it. Well, it's definitely gotten a bit gnarlier with all these loose rocks and stuff. So we're going up to there's a group of switchbacks we see on the map. We're going to go scope those out, and if it looks really ugly, we're going to just turn around and go back to another road that gets us up here. We met our limits up there and what we wanted to do on these big laden beasts. So we're turning around. It got rocky and we were stuck and spinning. So going back down. Too late to get ourselves a bad situation, being that it's almost 7. Looking at possibly camping out here. We see some RVs and stuff, so hey, maybe. Well, we found a cool camp spot down near the lake. Say hi. Good morning, everyone. We're back on route and back on the same trail where we got stopped yesterday. The road was closed because of a fire up there. Oh, there it is. Back up the other side, I think. Yeah. Actually, it looks like we might go around and kind of up this little way and up around if I'm looking at the map right.
But there's also, it looks like we could go that way. What does yours say?
Mine says hi. You're on camera.
This neat site was built in 1922 as lodging for the district ranger. It's now on the National Register of Historic Places, and you can rent it through recreation.gov.
extra. Emergency airstrike, maybe? She's still going left. I have a feeling she's warning me well ahead of the turn. Too bad a view out there. Wow. Ooh, look at that. Damn. I love it. Love the mountain. Like they got a lot of luggage. I'm guessing maybe they're just out for the day. Interesting that there's a motorhome way the hell up here. Awesome. Views everywhere up here. None of them too shabby either. We just took the right-hand turn up to Grassy Mountain summit, they said. Looks like there's a little alternate go around here for the road. I don't know why. It definitely gets used and it's definitely dusty. The way definitely gets a little bit more technical. But not horrible. Good little preview for those of you though that may or may not want to take an alternate like this. I'm actually kind of surprised that they haven't, that this isn't labeled as an alternate harbor route. kicked over a little there, didn't I? Loose rocks. I did that. Look at her go. She's killing her. Woo! Alright, gotta get back to the trail. Last thing I want to do is go right. This doesn't give you an on top of the world feel. I don't know what does. Riding.
It was a tough ride up to the top of Grizzly Mountain, but the views are rewarding, and being the tallest peak in the Coeur d'Alene Mountains, at 5,971 feet, it's something to see.
Wow. Too spectacular not to get a little bit of footage here rolling down. She's down. Got up on this tree branch and she just kind of got kicked out that way, and rather than going over the hill, geez, yeah, that's hard to hold it straight on. Rather than going over the hill, she kind of just dumped it down, which, good choice. Been anything new for quite many miles here. Maybe it's because it's near the end of our day and we're getting tired, but it seems like it went on and on coming through this just brushy stuff. Darker than this. We're kind of out in some lighter stuff now, but yeah, that seemed like it went on for a while. Well, we finally made it down out of the hills and found the river here. Looks like we found the cliff jumping rock.
There was lots of camping in this area, but much of it was filled up. So we were lucky to get this cool little spot right by the creek.
Well, it's Sunday morning, and we're getting going finally a little later than we wanted, but slept in a bit, and we got a good night's sleep last night, after not so good the night before. But, we've decided that we're going to kind of leave the course at this point and head west, because we've got to make it back to our base camp. In a popular, river float spot. So we're testing something new with DMD Navigation here, something I really haven't used. We just set a point on going back where we wanted to go and put it on off-road mode to follow that to that point, navigate to that point, and put it on easy just so we kind of keep the stuff that's suitable for our bikes and all that. We'll see how it goes today. Hopefully it leads us on some good stuff. DMD chose us a little bit more of a fun route here, hoping that this is good for us big bikes. Let's just pause here for a minute. Nice. Oh, look at that. Trail navigation is telling us to go down, and I'm sure we could do it. But it does not look like easy, like we put in for our off-road easy. Back again. So we stopped and had a little lunch and scoped out where this went. And as long as it stays pretty easy like this, we're cool. It leads us down to another road that we saw on the maps and stuff. And will eventually lead us down into Coeur d'Alene. And we can carry on from there. So, yippee! Here we go. ATV Trail and onto dirt roads. Trail stayed pretty easy. Just almost had a head-on with a man, a woman, and a child all riding free up on a Honda dirt bike. Gotta love it. What's this? We have a rare sight in the wild of ATV riders. Rarely seen giving a thumbs up signal and pointing like there must be something out there. How are you, wild ATV rider? Well, other than the one single track that DMD tried to send us down, I feel like it's navigating us pretty well. Wow, look at all the flowers. Whoop-de-doo. Coeur is a big lake. Pretty sweet, huh? This is a dusty arse road. Hey, look everybody, moon dust. Fun stuff. It's like 6 inches deep in a few places back there. Definitely makes me wish I was better tired, better shod. Also, look, hear how quiet? Changed the Aprilia over to electric. Okay, just kidding. Electric start. Haha. We hit pavement. We just rode through that area with Canfield Mountain, which I've totally heard of in the dirt bike world. I've never been there, but it was like I saw the sign and I'm like, well, that makes sense why there's all the big hill climbs and stuff. Once again, trusting the DMD Navigation to lead us to cool stuff. The view off over there. Huh. Neat lake. Now the trail's tapering down a little bit in this logging area, so here's the hoping it continues to go through. It does definitely look like there's been some traffic through here. Ho ho ho, look at that. Ah, a cool little lake with the island out in the middle and stuff. Dang. Pretty dang neat. Paved roads here, and that's what we're going to follow all the way back in. So unless there's something really scenic, this is probably going to be the end of today's episode.